Okay, I wanted to give an updated tour here since my video upload from last night. I've done some considerable updates. I have added, so the porch is added. You can see all of the gray blocks here for the house. It's all just mud still, it's all just gray. The terrain is a Unity terrain. You have the sandbox here. These are all built from photographs and memory of our childhood home, mine and Nicholas's and our sister's as well. There are some things that do need change, some adjustments that still need made, things like that. Well, a lot of adjustments actually, a lot of detail to be added. Some dimensions are still very off. A few are on, but some dimensions are very off. The lighting needs baked. You can see all these textures need created. That's a limestone texture, but it needs to have a green aluminum side created. I really can't find one online, so I might have to try to make one myself on Substance Designer, but that's going to take a couple of weeks of training to do that because it's pretty difficult. Anyway, it seems to probably be a little bit high here, so I'll probably actually increase the slope on this yard going up. So I built the back porch. There was a big pool house here, and like a swimming pool house with our pool pump going up. There's stairs here leading up to a backyard that slopes, has a really steep grade with our swimming pool here and a driveway back here. I'll build those out later on. But I'm at the point now where I'm at a very strange point here, because I'm at a point where now that I'm building, I'm experiencing like a constant state of nostalgia. It's really hitting me pretty hard. Once I put this back porch on, it sealed a lot of weird memories that I wasn't really expecting. So a lot of these are being, this was like a small garden here. It wasn't really a garden, but it was going to be eventually. It didn't really make it to a garden, full-fledged garden. This was a half wall that was partially built. The door doesn't work yet, but it will eventually. But I can go through right now into the kitchen. All of this works. Well, not all of it, some of it. And now I'm basically in the house. So you can see all of the texture work. A lot of the texture work inside the house is well done by my own standards. There's probably a lot of mistakes being made and things like that, but I'm really learning, but I'm also trying to make it look as good as I possibly can, as faithful as I possibly can. Adding a lot of detail, a lot of feeling, like I said, a lot of nostalgia. The light baked the shadow of that pillow into that. I moved some things around and didn't rebake any of the lighting, so there's some situations like that. There's no sound effects. There's going to be crickets for the exterior, some passing car sounds, things like that. I don't have any collision boxes in for the couch, so I can move freely through walls and other things. Let's see, move up here. The light switches for this don't work. I don't have them hooked up. But I can grab this candle. I can grab this and walk around with it, and it is a real-time light. Right, so you can actually see everything. I don't have a collision box for this, so I'm moving basically right through it. But here's the kitchen. Again, a lot of detail is going to go into this. I just want to make it as faithful as I can to my own memory and the memory of my siblings, and of course faithful to the story itself, the actual narrative. Still coming through with it, but as I build this out, I'm jotting down a lot of notes of things that I actually am planning on implementing between this world and the world where the mechanics take place, the spell casting and the puzzle creation, or the puzzle completion, excuse me. So again, a lot of work needs to be done on this. This was an old house that we used to live in for basically the entirety of our childhood, and it has since been demolished maybe 5 or 6 years ago. So I've decided to rebuild it, and not only rebuild it, but add it to basically make it like a central point for a video game project that Nicholas and I are working on. So he's working on spell mechanics and particle effects for the other world, and I'm working on the narrative design and the basically the art design for this world and the other world. I actually today just hired I contracted out some freelance work for some environment pieces for the other world, the game mechanic, or the game world, so to speak, this evening. So I'm pretty excited, super excited about that. Really, I'm excited to get inspired by some additional set pieces, and yeah, excited to really just keep getting it underway. And in 2 weeks, I'll be working on this basically full time. Well, part time, but part time with much more often than I'm working on it now. Much more often and more faithfully. More than 1 or 2 hours a day I'll be working on it. I'll basically be doubling my workload on this. So I'm super excited. We're both really excited. There's a lot of changes and updates that need to be made, as you can see. So we want to put some custom code in here so it looks like the VCR is on. I gotta make a VCR also. So it looks like there's a DVD player or a DVD that's actually on. I have to customize some art for that, so I'm not actually infringing on any copyrights. But putting a lot of memory into this, a lot of feeling, and again, we are underway to match that up with some puzzles and action elements in the other part of the world. All right. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, shoot them my way. Shoot them on here. You can also follow. Oh, I gotta put some wood down there. I gotta put some blocks down there. I might even. Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna raise this, so it's gonna be easier to. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna raise this slope. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the thread with this video. All right. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and let me know what you think. Bye bye.